Valdosta are getting used to me. They're getting used to me. They're getting used to me. So I was walking out, and now become accustomed to just speaking. So I don't know if I initiated the speaking or not, because I've become accustomed to just speaking to people. But and that is also great. So so me and this lady, this is so weird. So said hello. We said hello, hello, and I said, "Wow, your hair is pretty." She had like a pretty wavy thing going on, and I was like, "Wow, her skin was pretty too." And we started chatting, and I was asking her, does she live at such and such a place? And she said, "Yeah." And then she said she lived right where such and such happened. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, I was wondering if it's so funny because I have to bleep out half of this because privacy. I was like, I was wondering if such and such a place. She was like, yeah, I was wondering that too, right? And then I was telling her, about me, having this thing tomorrow, and she was like, oh, and then I don't know how it went, something like she was like, well, you're welcome to come over, come on, I don't remember how it went. It was something like, I think it started with a number because I was just like, well, if you give me your information, I don't remember how I said it, but some way it was about, you know, no, I think she said, well, I live right here. You're welcome to come over or something, or come over. And I was like, well, I can't right now because I'm on my way, to go do something. And I was just like, I don't remember how the whole conversation went because now it's becoming natural to me. But I was like, well, if you give me, I could take your number, and then, I could text you the information about the event, and then, maybe another time, And so she was like, okay. But y'all know my phone is broken and cracked up, so I can't see, So we're back and forth about that. And I'm like, well, you just take mine. And then she was like, oh, she was trying to get her stuff and didn't have it. Then I was like, here, I write it down. Then I was just like, forget it. I'll just put it on here. And then, yeah, but then again, I'm naive too. So, I asked her how old she was, and she told me her age. Everybody's younger than me, so, but not very much. She's still in her 40s, which is cool. So I was just like, yeah, I'll be such and such an age, December 15th. And, I asked her birthday. And so again, I'm naive. So, this could all just be false information. I asked her birthday, and she says December 15th. And I was like, what? And I said, no, what is your birthday? She was like, no, that's my birthday, December 15th. And I was like, what? So a couple of different things. Okay. So I know I'm naive. So we're gonna look at it from a couple of different viewpoints. One, you know, I feel good because I feel like, people in Valdosta are they're starting to warm up. They're starting to, I don't know, whatever I said at first, they're starting to do that. And I think that's pretty awesome. They're starting to get used to me. They're starting to be okay with me. So she actually offered me to come to her house. And I was just like, oh, maybe that's just what Valdosta people do. I haven't talked to Valdosta. I haven't been, so maybe that's just what they do. Maybe because I've been offered to come into people's houses quite a few times. Maybe it's just a normal Valdosta thing. Now that I think about it, maybe it is. I met that elderly lady the first day. She was like, come sit down right here and cool off. And then she was like, come on inside. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know you, And so then she was calling her daughter to try to get her daughter to do stuff for me. I was just like, no, and I was like, I just want to let you know, I do not know your mother. I was just walking past, and she told me to come sit on the porch. Then she told me, come sit inside. Come on inside. So that's where I am, and I'm now sweeping the floor. But so maybe that's just what Valdosta does. I just didn't know that because I normally don't speak. So then, and then going back to the church man and his mom saying, well, you should come over. You should, this is his address. And I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't give me his address. He didn't even give me his phone number. Let's not do that to him, you know. But maybe that's just the way Valdosta people are. Because this woman, she does not know me. I just walked down the street. Hello. We had a little conversation, 2 to 3 minutes. And then she invited me to come over. So maybe that's just what Valdosta does. Maybe That's how it is. You know, I'm starting to learn Valdosta. I'm starting to learn about the people in Valdosta. And that is amazing to me to think that I've been here a whole 4 years and did not know anything about the people of Valdosta. Now I know about the types of jobs they have, how they work. I know about a little bit more about their personalities, as the people, because even though each individual is an individual, it's still it's still people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? So I'm starting to learn. Starting to learn. Wow. Wow. You know what this feels like? Remember when I was in you know, RV, SUV camping or whatever. And I really enjoyed that. And actually, I was pretty good with that. The only reason that I stopped doing that was because the police started harassing me. When I say harassing, it doesn't mean they were instantly right on me, but they started like watching me. Like, wherever I'd be, they just stand in front of the car all day. And I'm like, that's uncomfortable, and it's scary, wearing hoodies, intimidating me and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'm good. So I had to do something, or else I was going to probably end up in a legal situation or an abuse situation. I didn't want either of those. So that's why I went ahead and got the apartment. Now, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But, I was saying it's similar to how I felt about that. Like, then when I did get the apartment, then I realized that, hey, I was missing out on working from home. I didn't have to go into the office and go through that. I could work from home. You still have to go through things sometimes. But yeah, you could work from home. And hey, friend, how you doing? Hanging in there, bro. Okay, okay. So um, this is I call him a friend. I don't like I said. I'm just saying calling everybody friend. Oh wow, look at this. It's so much on this street, but for privacy reasons, I'm not gonna show you. But my goodness. Whew. Oh, but see, things are not what they appear. Ooh, ooh. See, when I see things, it's like I want to see both parts. I see the girl is really pretty. There's a girl. Oh, I think I know who that is. I think I know her. And this is something else that's amazing. When you start to, see people and talk to people, you start to know them. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I say I think I know her because I recognize the outfit, right? And And I'm so nosy because I saw the girl. The girl is really pretty. She has like this long, long wavy weave down to her butt. She has this little teeny. It's cute though, like kind of what you would see if you were at Virginia Beach or something like that in the summer when they had whatever they used to have with all the young people. Now I'm nosy. I want to see who's driving the car. Ain't none of my business, but I'm nosy. I want to see, you know. But I'm gonna keep it kosher. But yeah, it's so much interesting, and things are not always what you think it is. Like me walking up, whenever, and this is why I don't like when cars slow down and talk to me either, because me walking up, when you see like somebody that's attractive, and if they're scantily clad, which is hot, so most people are going to be scantily clad. But when you see that, and you see a car slow up beside them, or you see them stop and talk to somebody, it looks like you know what, but that's not what it necessarily is. Sometimes it could be like I said, a church member stopping. It's hot, so people are going to be scantily clad. And this, as far as the bottom, is a lot for me because it's pretty, pretty hot. So, hello, hey, baby. And life is hard out here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the people go through. I don't know. But my goal, hopefully one day I'll be able to make things a little bit easier. Starting with me. If I can, I think it's going to work. I really do. I believe it's going to work. Believe it's gonna work. So I don't know what time it is because when I start walking. Okay, hey. See, I wish y'all could see what I'm seeing. So the guy just rode by on a bicycle. It's beautiful. He's blasting music, but you know what it looked like? He had on like all white, like clean white t-shirt, shorts, whatever. His hair was blowing in the wind. He had on all this gold, right? And a cap. And it looked like Easy Easy, like Easy E. That's the whole vibe with the music and everything. Riding down the street. It's beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, man. Oh, about food. I ate well yesterday and I'm overly chunky today. It doesn't take much for me to get super extra thick. So I'm a little super extra thick in places that, um, that I wasn't. But, um, oh, where was I going with the story? About how, you know, our RV SUV, I was happy with that until, like I said, the police started just hanging around me, you know. And it made me uncomfortable. And so I said, okay, I have to get an apartment. I really didn't want to. And then I found out that getting an apartment, well, not that apartment, but actually the amount of money that I was paying for storage, would pay my bills now. But I was doing it because it was so free to me, just like the lady that we talked to yesterday, that she was RV bicycling, right? Um, just like her, she was RV bicycling, and the same thing. She had peace. We were out in the middle of a parking lot, but we were way at the end. I don't think that I would be able to do that and get away with that. Like I said, I was in my car, but she said the same thing too. When she was in her car, well, no, not really. It was some stories that weren't online because I want to make sure that we were okay to record first. But she was saying how she was parked like near a car dealership or something, and there was an explosion. And she told them, where the explosion was, but instead of going to the explosion, they went to her car, I guess, to see if she was the one that made the explosion. I guess that makes sense too. But dang, everything gonna blow up. You got a gas station right by there and everything. Hey girl, I like your do. Yeah. Good morning. So, yeah, but it's interesting, But the equivalent of that, like I said, was the RV SUV and me enjoying it. And I would have been happy sticking with that, except, the police started hanging around me, not that I was doing anything. Not they thought I was doing anything, but just to intimidate me, to make me go away. And it worked. And then when I got the apartment, I was begrudging about it at first, but, um, it was good because then the work from home opportunities, right? But then next up was, what was up next? So next up was this situation, like, oh, who are you talking to? Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on? I missed some- I walked right in the middle of it. I'm like, I'm missing something. There's a piece missing. Good morning. How you doing? I couldn't see. There's a house behind me, and there was a whole bunch of trees covering the porch. And this guy was steady talking. And at first, I figured he was talking to somebody over there. But I mean, he just kept talking and nobody was responding back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who is he talking to? And then I'm like, who are you talking to? You talking to me? And he was like, no, he's talking to the man on the porch. The man ain't said not a word, not nary a word. But he's probably the kind of person that I am. It's kind of, can be very friendly. Because I was like, what is going on? Whew. He's still going. I like him. That's why I wish y'all could see because he looks like me too. He's round faced with glasses and short and chunky. 75 happens to be the year that I was born. I just heard him yelling about 75. And then the other thing too is like sometimes one thing that I didn't like yesterday when I was doing the yard, there was some yard men across the street. And I guess I was so tired, I just want to get it over with. And I know that if I start, and see, those are things that I'm working on. So there's two things I'm working on. One, like I said yesterday, when I didn't want to come out, and yesterday when I didn't want to come, I don't know what time it is. Let me check real quick. I tell you, my timing is so perfect. But yesterday when I didn't want to come out, and the people asked me if I need a ride, again, I should have, even if I didn't want to ride, which I needed a ride, but even if I didn't want one, I should have at least got their information and told them what I was working on, right? Each and every opportunity. Like I said, in the Dollar Tree, the guy looking at me with pity should have introduced myself and told him what was up and get us information, right? And then yesterday, the lawn, when I was out trying to do that, and there was some lawn people across the street, and the guy was just like, I don't see how you do it. I kind of knew he was talking to me, but I was tuned in and tuned out. I had one earbud in, but I just wanted to get it over. But I should have spoke and said, well, it's because these are some situations I've been in and I don't want to be in them again. Or I don't know. I didn't want to go there. Don't want to go there. I could say, well, because, you know, I believe in doing the right thing. I don't know, which is true because you need to keep the lawn done. But I don't know. How would I have made that conversation okay with me when I'm hot and tired? Well, yep, just always doing what I can with what I got. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna be trying to do this weekend. Can I get your number so so that I can send you information on what I'm trying to do? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, those are things. And like I said, you live and you learn. About being at work, whatever the work may be, and giving. Who's the little boy trying to escape? Oh, look, he drops his little thing outside of the gate, and he's standing there like, get it for me. So this is too cute. Oh, hey, how you doing? He dropped it. I'm just getting it for him. I ain't see you sitting there. His daddy was sitting right there. So yeah. And I bet he drop it out there, drop it out there again. But yeah, so but the situation, like I said, that's equivalent to the SUV RVing and me being thinking that I'm perfectly fine with that, and then because I'm being stalked by the police, I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll just get a place. But the same thing kind of here, like you know, me thinking that the utopia of life is just to be by yourself, not have to speak to anybody, have your little bills paid, and that's it. Mm-mm. God wasn't gonna let it happen no more. He was like, nope. So, but the blessing in it was, like I said, and the irony of it is, after 4 years, I'm starting to understand a little bit more about about the people here a little bit. Yeah, and maybe I like to think that they're warming up to me because you're inviting me into your house and you don't know me, but that might just be their thing. Or ooh, something dead, or I don't know. Or maybe, it's a southern thing where you're gonna see my house anyway, so I might as well let you in here. I don't know what the deal is, but they invite you into their house. They don't know you. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. But anyhow, so like I said, my timing was pretty good. I'm where I need to be. I need to stay focused. My focus is keeping my mouth shut about my personal business with the cohorts, and and then also making sure that I talk to the manager directly and get his information.
That is the goal. Ain't nobody stopping me today. You ain't gonna make no big old fuss and get, well, I guess you could, you could make a big old fuss and just give me fire, then that would, that would be the end of it. But not necessarily because, he still could help me. So regardless of that, I'd be like, okay, no problem. Give him the stuff and be like, if I could please speak to you, please speak to you. I'd like to appreciate it on some personal things that I'm working with, to help better my situation and the situation of others in the community. I'd really appreciate it if you're more comfortable sharing with your father, then you can do that. That's fine because it's like a family thing. But anyways, so I'm out. I'm gonna take these last few minutes to meditate, and then we're gonna get it popping. Not really popping, but we're gonna get it going. Anyways, love you. Bye.